we talk and there's noises. Okay, cool.
We
Hey,
talk.
everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Thanks Academy, the podcast where we watch all the best picture winners of all time in random order with random friends. And today's random friend is Ky Krebs again.
Hi.
Kai's back because I owed him one. Because last time we watched...
Out of Africa, which is one of the worst films I've ever seen.
That's right. We now no longer want to go to or ever speak of Africa again.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't want... Like, I wouldn't even want to be friends with any of those people. Like, even like a loose acquaintance where it's like the only time you see each other is like when you're at a mutual friend's house. Even then I'd be like, this bitch.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to ruin another entire period of history for him. So here's the thing. I know I say that I do these in random order, and usually I do, because if I didn't, we would just end up with all the obscure ones at the end, and that wouldn't be fun for anybody. But there's been a couple of movies I've had kind of tagged as special from the very beginning, and one of them was today's movie, Titanic. The reason I had this tagged as special is that I did not believe there was anybody who hadn't seen this movie.
Oh, surprise.
Ky hasn't seen Titanic.
No, I haven't.
So we're going to get a first-time viewing experience.
At 27.
At 27 of the world's literally most popular movie. So
The one thing that I do know about Titanic, and I really don't even know if this is true, I just assumed
yeah,
it.
give me
because
all of your Titanic impressions. I want to hear what you think this movie's about.
The door was big enough for both of them is a very hot conversation on the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
With a whole bunch of people who made a recreation of the door and lie on it together.
Yeah.
I heard that Celine Dion recorded My Heart Will Go On in one take.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
That's what I've heard. I didn't do anything to verify it because I'm not that kind of gay, but...
I believe it because Celine
I would believe it.
is an amazing person.
I would believe it. Like,
Yeah.
And
My dad...
Oh, and that there's a band that keeps playing.
Well, that's just normal Titanic fact.
I know.
I don't even know if that's in the movie. That's just that's just a Titanic fact.
Oh, yeah. I only have, like, a limited knowledge of facts around the actual Titanic as well.
Do you know that it's a ship?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that it's sank because it hit an iceberg?
Yes.
Okay, good. Those aren't spoilers. That's
Okay.
good.
No. Can you imagine if I was watching Titanic and I was like, what the fuck? It sinks? Like,
That would be like the most incredible experience. Not only did you not see the movie, but you didn't know that the Titanic
yeah, like
sank.
I've never read a book ever.
Oh, too bad. So yeah, my dad visited a couple weeks ago, and on his way in, he texted me, and I figured it was like, hey, we're at the airport, come get us, or something like that. But he just texted, Celine Dion is amazing. Because I guess they saw her in Vegas, and he was just flabbergasted at how good she is. And you know what? He's probably right. She seems like the kind of person who is indeed amazing. She's not in this movie. I mean, her voice is, but contrary to popular belief, it's not the Celine Dion story.
Yeah.
So I saw this movie six times. I got Titanic fever in '97 when it came out, and I saw it 3 times in the theaters. And then everybody ran out and bought the double VHS set, and we
Right.
all, yeah,
Because it's so long that it had to be
Yeah.
on 2 VHS tapes.
maybe a laser disc, a 2-sided laser disc if you're that kind of person, but it predated DVD.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody had that. We all had Titanic watch parties, and I just ended up absorbing or watching it, I think, 6 times. But I haven't seen it in 20 years because we all pretty much got the idea after everybody in America watched it 5 or 6 times in '97. So this is kind of an interesting revisit for me. I remember the movie being not good. In the sense that it's not a subtle movie.
Okay.
It's a melodrama.
Okay.
Which I think is period appropriate because it does take place in 1912 or whatever the year is, pre-World War I think. So, I mean, I figured that was just part of James Cameron's brilliance. Now, having seen Avatar, I've just realized that James Cameron's an idiot. And he makes movies for idiots, and that we all just enjoy it. Because we're all idiots, too. So, I'm excited to, like, kind of re-enjoy. I will tell you this. And I won't tell you why. You can enjoy it or not yourself. But you should know that my favorite part of this movie is Billy Zane. I don't know if you know who Billy Zane is.
I don't.
Okay, he has very thick, luscious black eyebrows, and he is the villain of the movie, and he is the best part of the movie.
I thought the villain was the iceberg.
No, I told you, there's some shit you have no idea what's coming.
Okay. All right.
So,
then it sounds like I might enjoy the movie because if he's an idiot that makes a movie for idiots, like I said, the only thing I know about the ship is or even the ship is just that it's at the bottom of the ocean somewhere. So I'm right in that category very comfortably.
it's gonna be so fun. I grew up in Denver, and Denver's famous big hotel downtown, kind of our Driscoll, is the Brown Hotel, as in Molly Brown, as in the unsinkable Molly Brown, who survived was one of the few survivors of the Titanic. She is in this movie as one of the most famous survivors, played by Kathy Bates, which is also fucking delicious. Yeah, so...
Okay, I love Kathy Bates.
Yeah, so there's some good stuff. You're going to like some things. We'll have a good time. Let me see. Is there anything else we should talk about with Titanic? We haven't mentioned the two leads who went on to, rule the world for a good 5 years. Yeah. But we can talk about them after.
Well, we'll talk. They get enough coverage.
They get enough breath. Yeah, enough column inches.
Yeah, we get it. The Revenant. Okay.
What do you think? I kind of want to ask you for what you think the plot of Titanic is, besides the ship goes out and sinks.
Two relatively young people are on a boat. And they don't really want to be on a boat.
They don't want to be on a boat. Okay.
And they're both real horny.
Okay.
But things are not... But here on the Titanic, we do cruises a little differently. and then they sing and they make out. And
they sing? Okay.
They drown and people talk about them for anywhere from 2 to 4 years until they're forgotten until the movie comes out.
Okay. You're not that far off. Let's watch let's watch Titanic. Okay. All right. Oh my god. Here we go. Fucking Titanic.
3 hours, 14 minutes.
I think it's 14 minutes of end credits. So
shouldn't be a second shorter.
No. It's the Titanic, man. It's the biggest ship in the Navy.
Did they put the Titanic 2 out in real life yet?
No. I don't... Well, I can't speak for, direct-to-video knockoff things, but...
Oh, no, I'm not talking about a movie. I'm, talking about, the real version of, weren't they doing, a new Titanic boat? Because...
Wouldn't be surprised.
Because humans don't like to be told that they can't do something?
Yeah. Okay, so this is real archival footage, I think, that they start with. The special effects were part of what made this movie such a phenomenon.
Crazy that so many of those people waving are dead.
Well, they're all dead now, for sure.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
super dead.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Almost all of them would die, rather.
They've all perished of both Titanic sinkage and old age at this point.
They're just here's the boat, here's a shot of the water.
Wow, look at that shitty font. Is that Trajan? I think that's Trajan. Wow.
Just a serif papyrus.
Surprised it wasn't a Comic Sans.
Titanic.
Oh, James Cameron's hard-on for underwater shit is, unbelievable.
Maybe you're not a director, James Cameron. Maybe you just like to throw cameras in the ocean.
Maybe you're just a scuba diver. He did do that documentary about taking his ass down to the actual Titanic.
13 meters, you should see it.
He did?
Mm-hmm, a couple years after this.
Huh. I don't keep up with him. Also, just talk about egg on your face, right? Because their whole thing was bragging about how unsinkable it was.
Yeah.
Egg on your face.
I think that's what made it such a big news story. Well, that and the deaths.
And the countless dead bodies. But,
yeah. Careful.
I hate anything that has to do with the ocean.
Great.
Like, literally anything.
Just like a ghost ship. Still gets me every time. To see the sad ruin of the great ship sitting here, where she landed at 2:30 in the morning of April 15th, 1912, after her long fall from the world above. You were so full of shit, boss.
Bill Pullman looks young.
That gold hoop earring
Yeah.
is abrasive.
Actually, that was
though.
Bill Paxton. I did it, didn't I? I did the Bill Pullman, Bill Paxton thing. That was Bill Paxton. I apologize, Bill Paxton. Well, you're dead. Bill Pullman's the one who's alive. I shouldn't have. Never mind.
I don't think they'll listen. No offense.
Well, Bill Paxton definitely won't because he sank on the Titanic.
Go, 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 go. Flip it over, go. Go. Keep going, go. Okay, drop it.
All right, a power-up box. It's probably got some coins or some energy, maybe some ammo.
Oh,
Dun,
baby,
dun, dun,
baby,
dun,
are you
dun,
seeing
dun,
this,
dun.
boss? It's payday, boys. Tell us, Rose.
It's been 84 years.
It's okay.
I've seen the GIF.
Yeah.
Anything at all.
Do you want to hear this or not, Mr. Lovett?
I didn't expect to get the cadence right, but
You see a GIF enough times.
It's been 84 years. And I can still smell the fresh paint. The china had never been used. The sheets had never been slept in. Titanic was called the ship of dreams. And it was. It really was.
that's how little I know about this movie, though, is that until that moment, I didn't even
that was
realize
from
the...
Titanic.
Yes, I didn't know.
Kind of feels like they should burst into song here. doesn't it?
Yeah.
Big boat, huh? You're right.
A ship! A ship! Oh, Daddy, it's a ship!
There she is.
Also, that's some diva-ass
There's
shit.
Billy Zane.
That's some diva-ass shit, though. Like, as soon
Yeah.
as the door is open, to not move an inch except to go...
About something true, but not about Titanic. It's over 100 feet longer than Morton, and far more luxurious. Your daughter's far too difficult to impress with.
So this is the ship they say is unsinkable.
It is unsinkable. God himself could not sink this ship.
We have to check your baggage from the main terminal. It's round that way, sir. I put my faith in you, good sir. Can you see my map?
Oh, yes, sir.
My pleasure, sir, if I can do anything at all.
Yes, right. All the trunks from that car there. 12 from here. And the safe to the parlor suite rooms B52, 54, 56. Ladies, better hurry.
That is a hell of a hat.
No shit. Like, even in church, people would be like,
Yeah.
that's busy. What kind of dog is that?
Dreams.
It's
Everyone
a
else.
therapy dog, of course.
It was a slave ship, taking me back to America in chains. Outwardly, I
That's
was
a little
everything
insensitive,
a
Rose.
well-brought-up girl should
Hmm?
be.
She said it's a slave ship taking her back to America in chains. No, I don't think so, Rose. Yeah.
Poor choice of metaphor.
Yes.
In other words, have you met this lady from out of Africa? You guys might get along.
They're probably friends.
You are parting with everything we have.
When you got nothing to lose.
It's interesting. The young lady slipped so suddenly and you still had time to remove your jacket and your shoes.
Uh-oh, Sherlock Holmes is on the case.
He's like that character from American Dad that's a spy detective. He's like, I'm boat detective. I'm here on this boat.
I know you've been melancholy.
There's so many movies with like the plot line of like rich girl meets poor boy wants to bang.
Yep.
Like it's like everyone like tries to act like it's just like, oh no, she just finally found what she's been looking for, but like it just makes it feel like it's almost like a weird like fetishization of
Yeah.
like the lower class.
Oh, totally. That's this whole movie.
Almost.
Cool.
That's what's funny about it, is it's such a pedestrian story tacked on to a special effects extravaganza, and that set the whole world on fire.
Based on like a deeply, deeply sad real story.
Yeah. Do you like me? Check 1. Yes, no.
Can I draw your tits? Check 1.
That comes later.
The clock?
The clock.
Oh, the
The
stairs.
clock.
Okay.
It's the only clock on the ship.
Does that even make sense?
What? Having a clock on a ship?
Yeah.
Not really. See, it's Irish because they're poor.
What to miss?
The stars.
Oh, she's strong like bull.
No shit. We keep her around. She's strong like ox.
Nervous?
Should be.
Put your hands on me, Jack.
You know what I mean. Like one of your French girls. This whole movie is like a celebration of Kate Winslet's tits.
What's that? That's it? That's like what you take from Put Your Hands on Me, is just like some over-the-shirt boob action?
Exactly. Well, it had to stay PG-13.
Bloody cool. You know, I can smell our show. What is there?
Oh, I would be so pissed if the entire time I was on a big-ass boat in the ocean I had to sit up in a fucking chicken coop like that.
I've seen them since Southampton. Well, I'll be on my rounds. Cheerio.
It's the ghost of the shipbuilder! There you go, there's your sex.
No, I didn't want it. Look.
Wow, they are moist.
Also, his armpit hair is dense.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like you could store a pencil in that.
Like a bunch of needles for sewing.
Yeah. Man, they are wetter now than they are when they started drowning.
Like, that's, like, the same level of moisture and, like, hair flop sweat they put on, like, people whenever they're, like, giving birth.
Yeah. They've got one of those Saturday Night Live, like, pipes of water in their head. Uh-oh.
It took you guys a long time to find them.
Anything missing?
Whoop! Scandal!
Woo!
Don't rip it. It's a good drawing.
I've got a better idea.
Close the door, you're letting all the stank out.
Gotcha! Those guys' faces. Did you see them?
Shouldn't they be, like, tired? I'm sorry, am I old?
Ooh.
Ugh, I get
Yes.
so tired.
I'm getting off with you.
Yeah, you just did.
This is crazy.
No, it doesn't make any sense. That's why I trusted.
Well, to be fair, she is right. They are getting off at the same stop.
Yep. See, look, he's watching them instead of the...
Look at that, would ya?
It's her fault.
And a bit woman a wheel.
Crazy to think that all those people died because two idiots were horny.
Yep. Yep, see?
Pick up, you bastards!
Yeah, what's up? Turn the boat!
Anyone there?
Yes, you see.
Iceberg, fire ahead!
Understand.
Thank you, Ghost.
And then he just turns into liquid energy and floats away.
Billy Zane, you're so cute.
Oh, here's some.
Nothing, I just love Billy Zane.
I need you up in the second class purser's office. Speak more up.
Go on. I'll keep an eye on
Aye. Great.
What are you gonna do, boat detective?
It's me, boat cop.
Sir! Our paper says they're making 17 knots. Full steam for them, sir.
He's the only one who's responded.
The only one close, sir. Says they could be here in 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah, y'all are fucked.
Push him overboard.
Push.
Push
See,
it.
that's why you bring the axe.
Bring the axe! Could have axed him in the face.
That's why you bring the axe. The instant somebody says some fucked up line like, I always win, Jack, then you say, but...
Sorry, axe
Sorry,
body
axe
spray.
beats bitchy.
Axe body spray on
It's
your ass.
rock, paper, scissors, axe bitchy. Axe beats all of them.
Yep. The end. Nope, I think there's like an hour left.
Really?
Ugh, I think so. This boat takes forever to sink.
Rules! Rules! What are you doing? Stop! No!
Why did you do that? Why?
Is this negging?
Yes.
Why?
Oh God, I couldn't go. Jack. It's all right. Something.
What were you saying about winning?
These dipshits.
Dude, I don't know if y'all even have names.
Yeah, probably. It's dipshit 1, dipshit 2,
Dipshit 3 and Dum Dum.
and then bass, yeah. It's kind of pretty.
We really don't need clocks on boats. Look, I can just move it.
They changed time zones.
How many people died in the Titanic?
I want to say all but 30. So like 2,000 plus.
All but 30?
Yeah. Something like that. Let me look it up.
Even though they had lifeboats for half?
Shit was bad.
God, I'm gonna sound like the most uneducated fucking idiot on this episode.
If I don't leave it in.
Like, anyone who knows anything about the Titanic is gonna be like, duh, Kai, and everyone else is gonna be like, do you know anything? And I'm just like, I know it's a boat.
Oh, okay. More than that survived. 832. So 1,517 people died. So that's pretty big. That's like half a 9/11.
Yeah, I was about to say that was half of 9/11.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Because, like, I want to say, like, but look how far we've come, but what have we got? Carnival?
Yeah, no, this could still happen.
This is like...
You're gonna go on, and you're gonna make lots of babies, and you're gonna watch them grow.
Is that all she's good for to you?
Die an old lady, warm in her bed. Not here. Not this night. Not like this.
Okay, just because you're trying to reassure me doesn't mean I'm gonna let that misogyny fly.
Yeah, seriously. Holler for that boat.
There's also about to not be a boat anymore, right?
Yeah. It is so weird to hear her yell Jack and not hear him yell Rose.
3 years. I thought of nothing except Titanic, but I never got it. I never let it in.
What?
Have you let Titanic in, Kai? Gotta let
No,
Titanic
you just
in.
gotta let Titanic into your
You
heart.
gotta
and
let
will
it
be
in
saved.
your heart. Ugh. You will. Just watch it 5 more times.
Can I get an unused china? Unused china.
Rose, don't fucking do this again. It's not the best way to get a boyfriend.
It's also a different boat.
Yeah. Much sinkabler.
I hate water so much.
Rose. Seriously.
Girl, you too old to be doing that shit.
I was kind of hoping she'd hawk and spit.
You sneaky bitch. Oh, don't do it. If you throw that expensive ass diamond in the ocean. You fucking animal. You selfish, shitty animal.
Yeah. She's like that.
You have family!
She's a selfish animal. That's why she survived and Jack didn't. There's your flute.
Were you also Amelia Earhart?
Of course, every bad bitch flew a plane back then. Hey, look, she learned how to ride a horse. Now what are we doing? I don't remember any of this.
I swear to God, if that fucking necklace falls on a skeleton that's dressed like Jack, I'm gonna lose my mind.
No, I think we just need to do one more special effects transition. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Cameraman, please come in. Oh, we're all here. All your friends. The good people, the bad people.
Yeah, if
Mr.
that
Clock.
if that boat wasn't haunted before, it sure the fuck is now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all about you. Everybody's clapping for you, Rose.
Wow, she really is kind of a selfish monster.
Yeah. Sploosh! The water comes in and kills them all again. Yeah. You know what I could go for right now? A little Celine Dion. Yeah! Hold on, we have to have this moment. We've waited so long. Are you letting Titanic into your heart right now?
I'm vying con Titanic.
First take, huh? I don't believe it. Gosh.
Let me Google it, because I heard that, but I don't know if it's true.
I like how she starts all Marilyn Monroe and go like, "Oh, I can barely sing this song," and then she just turns the belts on. Yeah, it's so high. My heart'll go on. Once.
Oh my, look, people also ask, what scene does My Heart Will Go On and play in Titanic? Oh, the fucking credits, guys.
Never.
The
Yeah.
fucking credits.
My heart will. And everybody's like, you know, that's not bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here comes the Celine. Here it comes.
Okay, so this article says Celine Dion didn't want to do it, and that she hated it.
Really?
So that's a good start.
That's a good sign.
When I recorded it, I didn't think about a movie. I didn't think about radio. I thought, sing the song, then get the heck out of there. James Cameron wasn't exactly a fan either. He was dead set against ending his epic with a pop song.
There it is. There it is. Oh, honey, here you come.
Look, everyone hated a song. That's the dude who wrote it with his, like, fucking awards and shit. Just
Yeah.
being a real schooze about it.
Well,
Just like,
we didn't know things were going to be preserved for all time on the internet in the 90s, you know?
the Titanic soundtrack is one of only 7 soundtracks to be certified diamond.
What is diamond?
Mm.
Like the heart of the sea?
Yeah. That's where they take all copies of it and just throw it in the fucking ocean.
I bet you that's where every single one of those double VHS things it didn't end up in Goodwill. Oh, yeah! Go! You go! Yes! Oh! Oh, this feels good. I haven't listened to this song in so long. Yeah. Will it? One more time, baby. Like a bell. She rings like a bell. Yes, where will it go? On? And where? On. Oh, I get it. See, what was funny is they had Mariah Carey sitting right there. You know what I mean? In 1996, 97, you could have got Mariah in there. You would have got twice as many notes for your money. At least. Maybe 3 times.
But they got Dion because Renee Angelil convinced her to do it, and she did not want to let down her husband.
Nah, they should have got Mariah. Because we would have had at least one more octave in this song if Mariah did it.
Fact number 5 about the song. Dion was in a terrible mood of the days she recorded the song. According to her, she was furious because she had belly pains, quote, saying, "My girly days are starting to happen," which is the most disgusting way to refer to a period.
Well, she's Canadian.
Oh, it's my girly days.
That's what they call it there.
Matola had a very different memory of her first half of the song, which left them all in tears. She laid down this vocal nonstop. Okay, one take. We were all getting chills. Horner carried a cassette with Dion's demo of the song around with him for weeks on weeks on weeks, waiting for the perfect time to play it for Cameron since he wanted him to be in the best possible mood. So she recorded the demo in one take, gave it to the guy who wrote it, and then... Crazy that this whole entire movie happened, but the credits are like 7 minutes.
Yeah, the credits are not that long. I'm shocked.
That's
some
confusing.
Efficient credits, I guess.
Very agile filmmaking.
Yeah, or they just didn't give accountants credit back then. I don't know. I was really expecting an eye-rolling, tedious experience revisiting this film, and you know what? God damn it, I love this movie. I still love this movie 20 years later.
I like it a lot. Like, it's one of those things that I didn't watch it just because literally every single human being in the world other than me has seen it.
Sure. Yeah, and I understand that. That's how I'm in this predicament.
Yeah. I was mostly just waiting for them to find, like, one more feral child. That way I could be like, see, I'm not the only one.
I honestly thought I was going to have to find, like, a teenager or something, somebody who wasn't born yet, and just hasn't got around to it.
Nope, you're surprised. You're friends with this idiot.
Yeah, well, you almost qualify, but this is... I thought that was a great movie. It was epic as hell. It does not pull punches.
Not at all.
Like, you see everything. It's brutal as hell.
I'm
shocked it's not an R-rated movie, to be honest. The amount of and the amount of brutal murder.
Yeah, like just
well, not murder,
the
but
number of corpses and the pertness of the nipples, and then they're just like, you know what, PG, and it's like, really?
Well, it's not PG. It's PG-13.
Okay, that's just splitting hairs, honestly.
I guess they decided it was important for the school children of America to think about how many people died on the Titanic. I don't know why. I mean, I understand why it's a huge news story and like a big moment in history, but I'm just like, why? Why do we have to know everything there is to know about the Titanic? What is it about the Titanic that's so fascinating?
Well, it's kind of mortifying because that would be like if they made a 9/11 movie and they had an hour and a half of like footage of them pulling people out of rubble.
Yeah, it's that ship sinks in real time. My God,
it takes time.
Yeah, that is true. And also, they made a 9/11 movie. The back hour and a half is the buildings falling in slow motion. The front hour and a half is just a very basic bitch love story.
I haven't seen any 9/11 movies, like, just because...
Yeah, there's like 4 of them, 5 of them, maybe.
in the past 5 years, I've been to, like, the memorial, like, 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
So I think that counts.
I haven't been to New York since 9/11. How's the memorial? Do you
Haunting.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. It's very quiet, much like all that water full of all those corpses of people who froze to death.
You hated this.
No. I liked it. No, I liked it a lot.
No,
That's what I'm
but
upset about.
You hated the ocean shit.
I hate.
Like you were really tense.
I hate open water. I hate open water so much.
The movie or the concept?
The concept.
Okay.
Nothing kind comes from the ocean.
What?
Nothing kind comes from the ocean.
What does that mean? Do you want fish to be nicer to you? Dolphins are kind.
Frankly, what?
Dolphins are kind.
Dolphins are like rapists.
To each other, but they're nice to us.
They murder other species for fun regularly.
So
they're
do we.
awful.
What do you want?
I know.
That's a couple bad dolphins. You can't.
we need a good dolphin with a gun. I don't know.
You can't. Not all dolphins, man.
Hashtag not all dolphins.
I don't.
Hashtag brines up dolphins. Anyway.
Sea otters are cute.
Sea otters are cute.
They
I do
hold
like
hands.
otters. Okay, all right.
But they're not from the open water. They hang out on the shore.
I know.
So I see what you're saying.
I hate. And honestly, like, I think I can probably, like, map it to, like, whenever I was a kid, like, playing, like, video games, because I remember there was one game that used to always get me, and it was a game that everything was fine, but, like, if you fell into the water in the video game, you would hop back out of the water, and it would make you think that you were fine, but then a shark would always come up and grab you and pull you down, so it was, like, a real fucked up tease, like, where you're, like, almost fine, but it always got you, and that, I think that trauma, I really can't remember, that's the fucked up thing, is that it trauma...
What platform are you on? SNES?
Probably like Nintendo 64, maybe.
64? Okay. Well, we're gonna. If you know this movie, please put it in the comments or the video game.
Yeah. But that specific
so we can
thing,
like make Kai play it.
That specific thing traumatized me.
Yeah.
Like, and it just like set a bad tone for like the open ocean. And like I've read so much random stuff about like ocean creep. I hate it.
You know what's funny? I have a similar. Okay, so look. There was no chance of me going into the military in general. I don't come from a military family. I'm not wired to enjoy any of that. But I had a special aversion to the military because of the Nintendo game Top Gun. And the reason is it was impossible to land that fucking airplane. So you would fly a successful mission, shoot down all the Russians or whatever you were doing, and then you'd get to the end and you were just supposed to land on the aircraft carrier and you would crash into a fiery death. Fireball every single time.
I don't like that either.
Anything Tom Cruise did to make me interested in the military was undone by that video game. So, oh my god. Okay, so we don't have to recap the plot of Titanic. I feel like we kind of did it before the show started.
Kind of,
at the beginning. Yeah.
With my half-assed guessing, that was like, I think like 80% right.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I didn't get right was that they sang, but also it still felt like they should sing, so I call that a half.
Yeah, it is a movie that feels like a musical, but isn't. That's what I mean when I say it's like a melodrama. Like, it's got that same, they could have burst into song at any point and it would have been totally fine.
Well, yeah. It wouldn't have been fine. It would have been like tiring and kind of annoying, but we would have put up with it. It
would have justified the 3-hour runtime. And don't you want to see Billy Zane sing a big gaslighting villain song?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's 100% Gaston, like 100%.
He's not. The thing I love about Billy Zane in this movie, and I think we disagree on Billy Zane, I get a sense, but the thing I love about him is that he plays this villain super straightforward. No Disney shit.
Yeah.
No like, oh, I'm a good guy who turns bad. Or you can't really figure out my intentions. He's just a shithead from the first word he says. All the way through with consistency. And like he finds new ways to enhance his shitheadedness. As written, he makes it even shitheadier somehow.
Yeah.
That's the best performance of the movie.
That I completely agree with. mostly like the main reason that like I couldn't even get like behind like the character at all, despite the fact that it is like interestingly done in terms of what we usually see like a villain do, is just because I cannot handle shitty rich people. I can't handle shitty rich people. Like, I get so hung up on like them getting their just desserts that I'm just like, yeah, I get it, whatever, he's acting good, but also drown.
Well, this movie is 75% shitty rich people getting their just desserts.
I know.
So in that sense, it must be very satisfying. Right down to the end where, or even the framing story where Bill Paxton's trying to dig up that diamond for some anonymous wealthy benefactor, and he gets played by old Rose because she's been holding it in her cage this whole time, or wherever she had that stuffed away. And then she just drops in the ocean with a literal like, oops.
Yeah, like she goes,
oh, did I do that? She urkled it into the ocean. That was so adorable.
Yeah, I just, like, if there wouldn't have been all of those people having to work those, like, coal engines, I would be like, is this even truly a tragedy? Like...
Well, yeah, I mean, we do get to visit the Irish people a lot, so you do get to see that side of the ship, and of course it's awesome, 100%.
Yeah, it's like a badass party, and they're just, like, doing their work and, like, getting stuff done, but then they go back and they drink a bunch of Guinness and, like, dance
arm wrestle.
Yeah, and, like...
Yeah. I'm shocked. I'm literally shocked that they had so many opportunities for Leonardo DiCaprio to be nakeder in this movie, and he gets topless in the car sex scene, but like it's so tightly shot that you can't really. So I was disappointed in that for you, because we get all the Kate Winslet we could afford. Yeah,
you can barely even see like nip from him. Meanwhile, Kate's like full bush.
Oh, throughout the movie, they keep revealing like they're like the movie's dragon, show one of her nipples. And yeah, when she's readjusting on the couch, I'm sure that's American, but still, like, yeah, you see London, France, and
everything inside of Kate's underpants. Like,
yeah,
I'm just like he.
That big purple hat she wears at the beginning is like, it's a big flag saying my vagina is going to be in this movie later.
Yeah, like It's a very telling hat.
It's a very telling hat. Oh my god, that's like the original pussy hat. She was probably wearing it. She was probably wearing it in suffragette marches after she survived the Titanic.
Shit.
Oh god, what a great character. I love Rose. I thought there would be more cringy shit.
Yeah,
this movie's got it pretty right on.
I got kind of irritated because they are like kind of vastly selfish. Like as they're like running around through this boat and everything, like they're constantly demanding help of people, because to be fair, yeah, they have like a real shit run of having to get out of the boat.
Yeah.
But they never even consider stopping and doing something to like aid anybody else.
No, they pick up that kid.
Oh, yeah, they pick up that kid for a moment, they run up the hallway, then they run back down the hallway, and then
the dad finds him,
shows
and then the
up.
kid dies.
But, like, they run in, and they paused, and they, like, had to really think about it for a second. Like, aside from that, they just ran past every single person that they saw because they were holding hands, because they're in love!
Well, it's teen love, you know? Like, nothing else matters.
How old are they supposed to be in this movie?
Oh, I would guess, like, early 20s.
Okay, I guess. I mean, yeah, I know that I can't judge apocalypse standards by sitting on a couch in a bedroom, but
Rose is so selfish, but in a way that feels earned. Like, I'm kind of proud of her for being selfish, given the way that everybody expects her to act and all that. It doesn't bother me. I know people make a huge deal out of the door and how there's room for him, blah blah blah. They show that there isn't. There's room for him physically, like geometrically, but it can't support the weight of two people. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, he had to die because he was poor.
Yeah, like every single time they went down to the lower decks in the movie, they started playing like this super heavy Irish music, and they're just like, remember, the Irish are poor.
Yeah.
Like,
well, which on the boat, I guess, at least passes historical muster. What cracked me up this time was when they introduced Jack. After he wins the tickets and he's running to get on the boat, they're playing Irish music. Jack's from fucking Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's from Wisconsin.
His last name is barely Canadian. I don't even know what. It has no ethnicity. Dawson? Nah, that's not Irish.
No, the only lineage that the Dawson family name has is that one creek.
Yes, exactly. He's a Scientologist. And he's running with the most stereotypical Italian outside of Nintendo. Fabrizio. And they're playing Irish music just to signal how poor they are. They're running away from Dutch guys. There's not a single Irish person in that scene.
Not like
James Horner, you asshole.
Out of everyone that talks, there are like 4 people with Irish accents, even honestly at all. Like
in the movie, yeah. A lot of redheads, but you know.
Yeah, but it's just like
I think that's James Horner hating himself. Because I'm sure he's Irish. I can just feel it.
I just showed you a picture of James Horner. I thought he had black hair.
Well, you don't have to have red hair to be Irish. Well, you ever hear the Black Irish?
No, I thought you were saying a lot of people having red hair in the movie is like him hating. But actually,
no, I think James Horner was hating his Irishness.
My brain is fried, so it took me a second to catch up. But I'm back. Okay.
I don't know. He might not be Irish, but
Horner is a pretty
Irish,
Irish name.
Let's be racist about Irish people.
No. Like I think.
I just recently found out. I thought my whole life I was 25% Irish, and I recently found out I'm like none percent Irish.
I mean,
and so now I hate them. And Titanic didn't help.
That you know what? I'm not going to jump in on that one, but good luck in your hate journey.
I don't really hate the Irish. It's like I no longer give a shit. Is all I'm saying. I'm very selfish. I'm very much like Rose, if you think about it.
I'm like Rose. Oh my god.
Yeah. Jack!
Rose!
Jack!
Rose! Look how big the sound bars got.
I really do want to see
like a copy of the script.
Copy of the script and just take a look at those 20 pages where it's just Jack Rose.
It really makes you wonder how specific like the stage direction in the actual scene is, if there's like much at all, like
if they're like enumerating every dead child that they put on screen. There's a lot of dead babies.
There are a lot of dead babies in this movie,
both on and off screen. They implicitly kill a ton of children. Which, you know, it's historical, but that's pretty raw.
But I mean, that's what you're saying. Like, they really do not pull. They didn't decide to like try to like pull anything back or like veil anything for the sake of.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Titanic this. I think it has a reputation for being hokey because everybody just remembers that song and then the two of them standing on the prow of the boat and all the kissy. I don't think if you made this movie today, they would go as balls out.
I don't think that they would either. I would be very willing to agree with that.
Yeah. I think that they'd pull punches in a way that James Cameron didn't. I don't know if it's because he directed Terminator and he was like, I don't give a shit. I'll show dead kids.
Well, I mean, that's like kind of what I was saying at the beginning. I was just like, doing a melodrama about like an actual tragedy.
Yeah.
And then kind of like throwing in like a fictional storyline and then just building the tragedy around it. I think by today's, like, there would be like, I think way too much of a conversation about whether or not that's like something, you know,
that's a pro
woke to do.
I think we still do that.
Well, no, totally, but like, it's one of those things that like the conversation around it, I think, would help, like would encourage like that cutting down on some of that like explicit like visualizations of like death and stuff, because then like by pulling that punch a little bit, like it maybe
it's a little more sensitive or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's certainly it was surprising to me. I did not remember the brutality of the movie. Because it's so horrifying, you don't want to hold on to, like, all of those bodies bouncing off of this. And I mean, I will say this, it hurts more watching this tragedy post 9/11. When this came out and I saw it 6 times, it was just a movie. And some shit was happening to some CGI figures, and you were just like, wow, dude, oh, ouch, ooh, you're dead. But now we've seen something like this with all those humans falling off the boat, smashing into things. It was super reminiscent.
It was extremely reminiscent of 9/11, just because the way that the boat turns,
Yeah.
it
It looks
turns
like a
to where
tower.
it's completely perpendicular to the surface of the water, and it looks like a tower. And like you were saying, it's such a huge boat that whatever half of it's sticking up out of the water, it looks like a 40-story building or whatever. Like,
Yeah, and in terms of the scale of, it's pretty comparable, the scale of destruction and death, and also just the innocence of it. Like, yeah, the rich people always deserve to be eaten by the ocean, but it was just indiscriminately destructive in the same way that, like, I don't know, it hit home as a real tragedy watching it this time instead of just a movie blockbuster tragedy.
yeah,
Which is, I guess, good because it was a real tragedy.
yeah.
You know. How great was Kathy Bates?
Oh my god, I love anything that involves Kathy Bates, and the fact that she's like what all the other people would call like, you know, like new money trash is just
That's exactly
it's
what she was going to
decadent.
do. Yeah, she was awesome.
Decadent.
What else? What surprised you about the movie?
That they didn't take the axe with them. Whenever they were under like the undercarriage after Rose got the axe to cut his handcuffs off after he had been handcuffed, they just dropped the axe, and I'm like, no, you take the axe.
They don't need one more like reason to sink. I think they just don't want to be dragging something heavy around while they're swimming through the water.
I mean, that totally makes sense, but also they didn't stop and get another axe, and there were a lot of axe.
There were a
boxes.
lot of axe boxes.
I
Right?
like if you're not even going to carry it with you, if you see one, you at least got to stop and get the axe.
Yeah,
box.
the Titanic was like an axe box 360.
There were a lot of axes in there. Which, like, that's, like, for what? Like, I mean, I guess it was coal-powered, a lot of potential for fire, but...
Yeah, and also, like, they just didn't have any other ideas in 1912.
Sure.
Like, throw an axe at it. Somebody will make use of it. No, I mean, like, what surprised you based on what you thought you were going to watch and then what you actually watched?
I don't, because that's the thing is, like, even though, like, I had sort of, like, an idea around it, like, all of my knowledge of it was, like, just, like, through the lens of a joke. Mm-hmm. Because it's, like, the meme about, like, people fitting themselves on the door, like, that fucking it's been 84 years gif happening over and over and over again. Like, everything that, like, I really kind of knew about, like, the actual circumstances of it, like, I knew in the context of a joke. So it's just, like, I had these things, like, these elements of it, but didn't actually really have much to contextualize it other than these are some elements and the boat goes down. Like, I didn't know what the plot of a 3-hour movie about a boat sinking could be.
Yeah, and it turns out that it can be half boat sinking. I mean, that to me was the most surprising thing the first time I watched it was...
That boat sinks a long time.
Forever. Yeah. Yeah, I thought they were going to, like, build up the tragedy so much that in the third act, when the boat goes down over the course of, I don't know, a 30-minute action piece, you would just feel it. But no, it's like half the movie is boat sinkage, which, I mean, that makes sense, I guess.
I guess something that I kind of expected going in would that be like maybe that we would know more about them if we're spending 3 hours with them, like the main characters,
the two main characters.
Yeah,
I feel like we got to know them pretty damn well.
I feel like we know
two fictional people on the boat.
Well, I know. I just feel like it was one of those things where it's like they were just like give them a couple of personality traits, not like a full one, but
well, Jack was
he draws and he's poor.
Yeah,
and kind of
carpe diem, you know, just sort of. What the
whimsical, poor draws. Name something else.
Poor draws. Fucks.
That's not a personality trait.
Carefree.
Whimsical, carpe diem. That falls under that umbrella.
Poor draws carefree. You asked for 3.
No, I said those are 3. Name one more. Because we named 3.
Okay, well, 3's enough. That's 3 dimensions.
Okay.
Okay, now
right. Rose.
Rebellious.
Sassy.
Yep. Hot?
Not a personality trait.
Oh, I've been messing that up my whole life.
I don't know. I guess like I thought we would have more like of a context. I don't know, maybe about like people, history, like sort of thing. Like, but I get that like just because it's like it's 3 hours, you know, like
it was already pretty stuffed in. They showed us
Yeah.
Guggenheim. They showed us, Molly Brown. We got to know pretty well. The captain. I would have liked a little bit more about the captain. I do like how he is shown at the end being just basically in numb shock.
Yeah.
The whole time. That was a pretty cool. That was a better move than him being like noble and like it was an honor serving with you all, and no, I will sacrifice myself. He just like kind of stared off into space and wandered away like an old man. That was cool.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I expect of movies anymore. Honestly, like
No.
just like it's like a general statement. Like, I don't know what I expect out of like getting to like know characters in a thing.
Oh, that sounds so sad, Kai.
I know. Yeah, it kind of is.
You should expect a good time.
I'm just in numb shock. Okay, I'm gonna wander into another room, and then all the windows are gonna break, and I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
drown
drown.
in my own metaphorical sea of lack of expectation.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that I apparently ruined you for movies.
No, not at all.
100%.
No, not at all. This has been a long time coming, but I don't know. I did enjoy it a lot more than what I thought I was going to, based on how we talked about it in the beginning.
That's true. And hey, it's better than Out of Africa.
Oh my god, that movie was terrible.
It felt shorter, even though it's I think a good 20 minutes longer.
Because like this is like one of those movies that like I just because like I thought I knew like a context around it and knew like those things, I don't necessarily know if I would have ever actually sat down and watched it.
Why would you? I mean, it sounds like the world has done it for
I know.
you. That's how I feel about. That's why I haven't seen the Godfather movies. Because I'm
I
like,
haven't
the
seen
world
those
has
either.
watched them for me. You know, I don't need to sit. I haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life. Same reason.
I don't know if I have either, honestly.
Why would you? Saturday Night Live is going to parody it for you every single year so that you know every plot detail.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching Titanic with me. I'm glad I found a victim for this one. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad that I actually watched this movie because I there's a good chance I wouldn't have otherwise.
Find Ky Krebs in the world and on the line.
Yeah, preferably online, because if you like hunt me down in the real world, then I can't guarantee my kindness.
That's true, but I'll be right there to defend him too, so you'll get two unkind people. We're kind of like dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
We seem fun.
We seem fun, but we actually terrorize the part of nature we're in.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.